Hi, my name is Tim Hubbard. I'm a PhD candidate here at the University of Georgia. Thank you very much for taking the time to participate in this study. Really appreciate your time. I'm excited to be introducing this business simulation game to you. We've been working on the technology for a while now and are really happy to have you participate. In this business simulation game, you'll take control of a manufacturing firm and make decisions about how to run the company over a number of rounds. We're working in collaboration with a number of different universities around the country, and so you'll be competing against 5 other executive and professional MBA students at those different universities. At this point, you should have completed a baseline survey when you registered. If possible, when you do actually play, I'd appreciate if you could find a quiet place to play without distractions as you compete. And then also, if possible, turn off your cell phones. The entire game, when you play, will run right about an hour, and it'll begin right at the time that it's scheduled. Like I said, we're syncing across a number of different universities, so it's important to log in and play on time. Also, if you don't mind, when you play, use either Google Chrome or Firefox. These are the 2 browsers that we've been testing with, and we know that they work. Um, in terms of benefits, if you register like you have, complete the registration survey, which you should have already, you're watching the instructional video, and if you log in at your scheduled time and participate in the simulation, you'll receive 1.5 bonus credit. And then there is a potential for another half point of credit if you have the highest stock price at the end. So if you win, there's a little bit of an incentive for you as well. I would like to point out that there's a quiz on the right-hand side. It just runs through some of the very high-level different things that are really important. So when we get done with the video, those should be fairly obvious questions to answer. When you start playing, we're going to have a quick survey to fill out again. It's going to ask you some questions, and then afterwards it's going to give you this prompt to write about some past events you've experienced. When writing about these prior events, don't really worry about spelling or grammar. Just try to write as much as possible about a particular event. You'll need to write at least 200 characters in 2 minutes in each prompt. There's a counter for characters down here, and it also tracks the time remaining. After 2 minutes, it's going to cycle you to the next one automatically. If you're in the middle of a thought on the last one, don't worry. Just let it move you to the next, and then start the next prompt. The way we've designed the simulation is set around a manufacturing firm, but we've kept it very generic. So think bicycles, iPhones, etc. Products are developed, manufactured, sold, and supported, and you'll be competing as 5 other participants at various organizations and universities. Each team starts with the same resource pattern. You'll compete over 6 rounds total, each taking 8 minutes to complete. It's very important that you mind the clock. Decisions need to be submitted before the round ends. That's because we synchronize everything, and we need all the information from each person. So if you imagine your company, and just to give you a quick layout here, there's a set number of customers that everybody's competing for, and you've got 5 competitors, and so it's kind of a basic setup. You can imagine that you're then in the middle of this block. What I want to do now is look at the game, show you some of the screens so you have an idea a bit of what it's going to look like when you actually play. And so when you log in, you're looking at a page similar to this where you'll see that my game starts on the 25th at 1:25, and so just a minute, and you can see the quiz here to the right, and the video will show up here, and then we'll be able to move on in about a minute. Okay, so here is how the game looks. I want to point out a few things as we go along. So the round ends. It's a tracker that keeps track of when the round's actually going to end, and so make sure that you submit your decisions before that happens. That keeps everybody in sync, and so the only way it will actually boot you if you don't finish in time. So this is the dashboard, the top page. It tracks the number of rounds that you're at. It also shows the stock prices of each company in this graph. This is the first round, so there isn't any information. Everybody starts with a $10 stock price. Over here you see some brief company financials. Revenues, profits, everyone starts at the same spot. You can also get to detailed financials by clicking here, and you get the full accounting statements. Everybody's a public company, and so you can see the financials of each of the companies. You can get to all these screens also out here, so financials will take you to this same page. Dashboard will of course take you back. We've also worked really hard to get a media engine working, and so what it does is it reports on each of the firms, and everybody sees the same media. In the beginning, these are just in the first round generic articles about each of the types of decisions that you can make, and so they're more just tutorial if you need to read a little bit more. If you want to know something, for example, what is research and development, you can click view article, and it'll take you to a page with all of the media articles with the details about each of them. And again, you can get to that here by clicking media and get to the dashboard back. If you click view article or click media, it's going to take you to the same place. When you are ready to make decisions, you can come over here to the round decisions, click on make decisions, and it'll bring up a set of decisions that you can make. And you have a total of 100 points of resources to use. And as you allocate those resources across different investment categories, the resource bar will end. And when that happens, go ahead and save and close and submit the decisions. You have to use all of the points in every round, and so make sure that you have decisions saved, and then when you are ready, you can come back up to the top and click submit round, and it'll ask, are you sure you want to do this? This is what has to be done before the timer runs out. So put a little bit of time in for that to happen. It'll put everything in, and then it will say round submitted, and you still have to wait for the round to end because everybody else that you're playing against, the five other universities, they are making decisions and submitting them, so everything gets synced up, and when that round timer ends, it'll cycle you to the next round automatically. If we go back to look at the decisions, I just real quick want to go through. So research and development is work directed towards innovation, introduction, and improvement of products and processes. High levels of R&D are typically associated with innovative and differentiated products. Advertising is marketing communication used to promote or sell something. Higher advertising spend increases awareness of your products to your customers. Plant upgrades are investments made in improving manufacturing facilities. These investments reduce the cost of production and increase the volume that a plant's capable of producing. Sales and support are money spent on the sales force and support teams that sell and service the product. Greater levels of investment are typically associated with better customer experiences with company employees. Mergers and acquisitions are investments in buying or merging with other companies. Rationale is that two companies are worth more together than separate. Mergers and acquisitions are risky, but the payoffs can be great. Inventory is the stock of products that is currently on hand for customers to purchase. Low levels of inventory run the risk of stockouts where customers try to buy your products but are unable to. I would recommend you try to develop a cohesive strategy. Strategies can reflect a desire to sell low-cost products, differentiated products, or some balance between the two. And again, you need to allocate all 100 points and save your decisions and submit them before the round timer runs out. After you finish each round, there's also going to be a brief survey that you'll need to do. They're very quick, and then in round 3 there will be one that has a few more questions, but again, it'll go by very quick. So a few important points quick before I leave you. There are 5 other people that are going to be playing at the same time. Making sure that you submit your decisions on time is critical. It has to be synced. It will boot you if you don't. Each round is 8 minutes long, so keep that in mind. There's the quiz to the right to complete. And good luck. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to email me, thubbard@uga.edu, and I will help you as much as I can. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the help, and hope it goes well for you. Thank you.